My name is Alex, and I grew up in a small, quiet town nestled deep in the heart of the countryside. As a child, I spent countless summer days at my grandmother's old, creaky farmhouse. It was a place filled with memories, laughter, and the comforting smell of freshly baked bread. But as the years went by, the once warm and inviting house began to feel different, almost sinister. Grandmother lived alone after Grandpa passed away, and though she aged gracefully, there was something about her that seemed to change with each passing year. Her once warm smile turned into a vacant stare, and her gentle voice grew raspy and cold. I shrugged it off as part of getting old, until one night, I realized there was something far more unsettling at play. I had decided to spend the weekend with grandmother, helping her around the house. It was a chilly autumn evening when I arrived, the wind howling through the trees, adding to the eerie atmosphere. Grandmother greeted me at the door, her eyes glistening in the dim light. "Come in, Alex," she whispered, her voice sending a shiver down my spine. "I've been waiting for you." I entered the house, the familiar smell of herbs and old wood enveloping me. The house was dimly lit, casting long shadows that seemed to dance on the walls. As we sat down for dinner, I couldn't help but notice the strange, almost hypnotic way grandmother moved and spoke. Her eyes, once full of life, now seemed hollow and distant. After dinner, I helped grandmother upstairs to her room. The second floor of the farmhouse was even darker and colder, with only a few flickering candles to light the way. As I tucked her into bed, she grasped my hand with surprising strength. "Alex," she said, her voice barely above a whisper, "there's something I need to tell you. Something I should have told you a long time ago." Her grip tightened, and I could see the fear in her eyes. "This house. It's not what it seems. There's something here, something that has been with our family for generations. It's a curse, Alex. A dark presence that feeds on our souls." I tried to reassure her, but the look in her eyes told me she was serious. That night, I lay awake in the guest room, the creaks and groans of the old house echoing through the silence. As the clock struck midnight, I heard it, a soft, almost inaudible whisper. It seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. "Alex." My heart pounded in my chest as I got up and followed the voice. It led me to the attic, a place I had always avoided. The door was slightly ajar, and as I pushed it open, the cold air sent a chill down my spine. The attic was dark, the only light coming from the full moon shining through a small window. In the corner of the attic, I saw it, a figure, hunched over, its back turned to me. It was grandmother. She was muttering something under her breath, a language I didn't understand. I called out to her, but she didn't respond. As I stepped closer, I felt an overwhelming sense of dread. "Grandmother?" I whispered. She turned to face me, and I saw her eyes, black as coal, void of any humanity. Her mouth twisted into a grotesque smile, and she began to laugh, a sound that seemed to echo through the entire house. "You can't escape it, Alex," she hissed. "The curse is in our blood. It will consume you, just as it consumed me." I stumbled back, tripping over an old trunk. As I scrambled to my feet, the figure of my grandmother lunged at me, her hands clawing at the air. I ran, tearing down the stairs and out of the house, the sound of her laughter following me into the night. I never returned to that farmhouse. The memories of that night haunt me to this day. I still hear her voice sometimes, in my dreams, reminding me that the darkness is always there, lurking in the shadows, waiting to claim another soul.